Hello, so today we're going to talk about 13 tips for a healthy life and living longer, lifespan hacks for 2023. And so, tip number one, we have eat healthy, balanced diet with a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. And tip number two, read nutrition labels. Choose natural, organic food options anytime possible. For example, fresh fruit, raw vegetables. The ingredients can tell 1,000 words, so definitely be sure to look at the ingredients. You want to make sure that you're looking for more simple ingredients without additives and toxins and things that you just don't need. And then, make sure that there's not an excessive amount of sugars, carbs, and other items that just don't provide you any nutritional value at all. So, make sure you're reading the nutrition label. And just, prioritize the natural fruits and the vegetables over anything else. But when you do buy items, make sure that you're minimizing how many additives or weird ingredients that you don't know what they are. Oftentimes, they're not necessarily good for you. So, you want simple ingredient lists more than anything else. So, step number three goes a little deeper into that. So, definitely avoid processed foods, excessive sugar, or unhealthy fats. And so, processed foods have undergone some sort of alteration during their preparation. So, when they're cooking or freezing or canning, the addition of preservatives exists basically, or some other alteration of some kind. And so, there are a list of processed foods that you will want to avoid, and that includes cereal, canned fruits, canned goods in general, vegetable frozen dinners, deli meat, packaged snacks like chips and crackers, instant noodles and pastas, breads, pastries, food that's from fast food restaurants, and store bought fries, soft drinks, juices, and other sugary beverages. People often think that energy bars and protein shakes are these amazing healthy things to try. But in reality, they're not very healthy at all. They basically add a lot of additives into your life, and they're pretty processed. And so, they may have a lot of marketing and they may sound amazing, but in reality, you should avoid especially certain energy bars and protein shakes that have these additives within them. And you could often check their labels for their ingredients to just, identify, is this protein shake or bar a healthy snack, or is it really just, great marketing? So definitely avoid, food items with added sugars, artificial flavors, colors, artificial sweeteners, toxins, um, and, processed soy, preservatives, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, and hydrogenated oils that are processed fats for cholesterol and heart disease issues. So, you definitely don't want to include processed foods into your diet. Not all processed foods are bad for you, but one should definitely avoid consuming them in large amounts. And so, with regards to the excessive sugar portion of this tip, definitely avoid like sugary drinks. That includes soft drinks, soda, fruit drinks, juices, sport drinks, and energy drinks. And you could also avoid candy like gummies or certain chocolates with high sugar content. You can avoid baked goods like cake, cookies, pastries, and then certain kinds of sweetened yogurt, breakfast cereals, sauces, condiments. For example, ketchup, barbecue sauce, and other condiments have just an excessive amount of sugar that you just don't need. And so for the unhealthy fats, that includes saturated fats that you can find within meat, butter, and cheese, trans fats, which you can find within fried foods, baked goods, snack foods, and another one is omega-6 fatty acids. You can definitely have, some, but you don't want to have it in excess. So, for example, corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil. And also, dietary cholesterol in excess is not good for you. So, this is often within meat, eggs, and dairy products. And then, with regards to unhealthy fats, you also have processed fats. For example, within processed foods, instead try foods that are like rich in healthy fats, such as like fatty fish or nuts, seeds, or olive oil, or lean proteins, and improve your cooking methods. For example, you can grill, bake, or steam your food. To reduce the unhealthy fats that you're consuming and intaking. So step number 4 is, stay hydrated and drink plenty of water. Step number 5 is stay physically active through regular exercise, and that includes sports, brisk walking, cycling, swimming, weight training. Aim for at least 30 minutes to an hour of physical activity on most days. And I enjoy signing up for fun activities because they allow me to do something athletic for over an hour. And usually when you're doing an activity, you kind of lose track of time, and so I think that is definitely beneficial. For me, exercise is more about the time you put in, and so if you're spending more time because you're losing track of time, you're going to be a little bit more active overall. And so definitely try some activities. Try the activities where you're not tracking time and then you're just really putting in extra time without even realizing. So, live an active lifestyle. It can really help improve your health and improve your lifespan overall. So, number 6, we can maintain a healthy weight for your height, age, gender, because being overweight or obese can increase your risks for developing a lot of different variety of health problems. And so to avoid that, just maintain a good healthy weight for your height, age, and gender. And so we all have like an average weight range that is recommended. I would try to maintain this range. As a military veteran, I do feel like there are exceptions. Only, for example, like when you have a high amount of muscle or a shorter frame. Muscle does tend to weigh more than fat. So, oftentimes people will, for example, look at me and they'll be like, how much do you weigh? And then they'll often guess a lower value than actually accurate. And it's because, my frame, being the military, being an athlete, I have a lot of muscle that weighs a lot more than fat. And so this muscle oftentimes causes me to weigh just a lot more than the normal person. And so for me, my weight is definitely a little bit higher than one would expect because I'm just not that tall. So, I may not have that much fat, but I do have muscle, which weighs a little bit more than fat. And so, that is the exception. If you are a little bit shorter and you have a lot of muscle, then, you may weigh a little bit higher and still be perfectly healthy. And that is because muscle does weigh more than fat. And so do ensure that you maintain and enjoy like a really good fitness regime, and identify what weight is ideal for you based on your situation. Definitely visit a physician if you have any questions about what is your ideal weight. And make sure that you're getting to your ideal weight in a healthy way. And so step number 7 is get enough sleep, usually 7 to 8 hours per night, to help your body rest, repair itself, recover, and relax. And by getting sleep, you really allow your body to just maintain a healthier function throughout the day. And so step number 8, you can manage your stress through meditation, yoga, deep breathing. And step number 9 is definitely avoid smoking or excessive alcohol or drugs. They're just not good for you. They're not going to improve your health, and they're not going to improve your capacity to live longer. And so definitely quit smoking if you can, minimize it. Definitely avoid drinking alcohol, especially not in excess, and then avoid drugs as well. Step number 10, stay up to date on your health appointments and your screenings and your checkups with your healthcare provider. That is because, these appointments are meant to detect and prevent health problems early. And so if you're not really doing your health screenings and your medical appointments, then prevention is the biggest key to having a healthier life and responding to issues when they arise. And so there are a lot of different health issues that arise that can be fatal, and they can be fatal in just several years, if not earlier, or if you're lucky, hopefully later. But if you arrive at the doctor's office and they determine that you have one of these issues, you can extensively improve your chances of living a fatal disease if you identify that disease early and prevent it and respond to it. And so definitely don't miss your annual health screenings. Go to your healthcare provider on a regular basis. If you have any concerns, don't avoid going. Go immediately, because you may take a couple hours out of your day, but the results is life-changing, life-impactful. Prevention is the most important thing, and if you gain awareness of your disease early, then you have the best chances of overcoming it, especially when they're fatal. So go to the doctor, get seen early. Tip number 11 is maintain a social lifestyle and a social network, with your family, your sports, your activities, join clubs, do different social things every week, because that can really affect your happiness and your stress levels and overall improve your health. Tip number 12, practice good hygiene. Wash your hands regularly, brush your teeth, floss your teeth, shower daily. So step number 13 is maintain a meaningful, rewarding life with hobbies and volunteer work and other activities. And so, be sure to check out some, volunteering activities like, tutoring, feeding the poor, city cleanups, animal care. Do a presentation at the local schools or other, programs. And, do some dog walking or other activities. Find some rewarding things that you can do in your life that can really, improve your happiness and your lifespan and health. When you're enjoying a rewarding career and doing an amazing thing each day for society, you're going to feel better, and you're going to improve your happiness and overall well-being, and then you'll also improve your lifespan overall. So you could do some recycling, and do some environmental friendly actions, and you could write some books. That'll oftentimes help you get things off of your mind when you're a little bit stressed out. And then you can do some activities that just overall help you have like a happier and more fulfilling life. So, who in the world, really does, live the longest? According to the World Health Organization, countries with the longest lifespan are primarily located in Asia or Europe. So high quality healthcare systems, low pollution, crime, and strong social support systems often lead to improved mental health and really do affect your life expectancy. And so there's a lot of different factors that contribute to longevity and how long you will live. But for example, Japan has among the highest life expectancy in the world. They live 84 years approximately, and their lifestyle includes, similar to what we noted above, less saturated fats. They have a lot of vegetables, fish, exercise within their lifestyle. They do a lot of social activities, and they socially network. They eat a lot of fermented foods and have tea on a daily basis, which is rich in antioxidants. And then also Switzerland, they have an average life expectancy of 83 years with a very high standard of living. Really good healthcare, clean environment, stable economy, and they definitely have a good overall diet with meat, mushrooms, onions, and Switzerland is just a pretty overall, healthy lifestyle if you want to live a little bit longer life. So Spain, they also have a high life expectancy. They live to 83 years old, and they have a very healthy Mediterranean diet. They often eat seafood, meat, olive oil, wine, vegetables, for example, tomatoes and peppers, and they have a very warm climate with a really enjoyable lifestyle. And so that really plays a pretty big role into them living a little bit longer. So Singapore, they have an average life expectancy of 83 years. They enjoy a clean and safe environment with good healthcare and a high standard of living, as well as consume a diet full of chicken and beef and pork and curry, tea, kopi coffee, and vegetables and seafood. And so finally, we have Italy. Their average life expectancy is 83 years. They live off of a Mediterranean diet rich in fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and they have a pretty relaxed lifestyle and social network that emphasizes, family and community. And so you'll notice, within these countries, their lifestyles pretty extensively reflect the above tips that we just noticed. And so that's everything that I'm about, is like understanding what is good for you, but then also understanding the data and understanding, okay, what countries are really living longer, and what are they doing? Because if you can get all of the advice to living a healthier life and living a longer life, and then take the data of, what countries are living the longest and what are they doing, and then seeing if there is alignment with my tips and the countries. And what you really see here is that each of these countries, they really do implement the above tips, and that's really how you know the best way to live your healthier life. Learn from those who are living the longer, healthier lifestyles. And for now, these are the countries that are doing it right. And so, um, you know, if you want to live a healthier life, there are actions you can take, and you definitely want to do these actions. Don't procrastinate. You only live once, so make the most of every moment and, enjoy a healthy lifestyle, because all these different food items that are healthy, they're actually rather delicious. Sometimes, if you add a little bit of flavor with a sauce or cream that's a little healthy that you enjoy, you can definitely spice up the salads or the Mediterranean dishes that you're trying. There is a lot of delicious, healthy food out there. And I think just, being open minded to them and trying them and maybe enjoying them with a sauce is definitely the way to go. Well, that is all for now, so enjoy, and I'll see you next time.